leg over here.
Well, put your leg in, sir. Scooch over that way.
Hello, hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to TV Tuesday.
We're gonna use the table. I think that's the thing now. Because of the way that sits, we just use the table.
I'm getting hit.
You use the wider table, we'll have more space.
All right. Welcome to TV Tuesday, where we talk about TV things. So there you go. What do you got?
And we haven't done a show in like a month.
Okay, so check out our website, HollywoodMatrimony.com.
We haven't done this show.
You go and check it every day. Check the contest page. Check out YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're everywhere.
We're everywhere art is sold.
Yeah, so thank you for watching.
Which is only YouTube right now.
TV Tuesday. Let's talk about some TV shows.
All right, I am absolutely not prepared today.
Wow.
Because we haven't done a show in so long and I've been busy. I hadn't thought about it. No. We might finally had time today. We remembered and we decided let's do it. So she's got a bunch of crap written down. I have stuff randomly that we've watched that I don't think we've really talked about. I do have a show I just finished. That's an old show, but it's new to me. So, and I might have a couple little TV news.
Yeah, because some TV shows have returned.
Some returned, some have been canceled, some have been renewed.
So you're gonna tell us all that, right?
Just a few that I know because I don't have it all pulled up today.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna tell the ones that I already know about that we're excited about and whatever. So.
All right.
So I'll let you start because you got a whole paper.
I have a whole list.
Here's what's funny about this is I'm usually the only one ever prepared for these shows. So today, the one day she's prepared is the day I'm not prepared whatsoever.
All right.
So go ahead.
So I want to tell you guys about this Netflix series I watched called Unorthodox. It wasn't very many episodes. It might have been like 6 or 7 episodes. It was a short series. And it's basically based on the real life story of this lady named Deborah Feldman, who actually wrote a book and helped make this show. And it's about her leaving the Orthodox Hasidic Jews in New York.
This was going to be a nun, so I wanted to say the nunnery.
No, she's part of this Hasidic community in New York, and basically,
is she part of like the Amish Mafia?
Yes, babe. The Amish Mafia.
You remember that show?
I do remember that show. No, these are Hasidic Jewish people.
I know,
babe.
I just wanted to. I'm having my own fun over here.
So they're kind of the more strict group of the Jewish community. And so she basically ran away from them. She was married and everything and just having a hard time with life in general. In this community, women really are there just to kind of like have babies, take care of the husband, take care of the house. And
as the way it should be.
Which a lot of the women are happy to do. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to do, great. But she just wasn't comfortable with the whole thing. And she was just having a hard time with her husband because, they're trying to have a baby, but she doesn't even understand how sex really works because there is no real formal education there. There's no sex education and, all these things.
I don't think it's really rocket science on how sex works.
Huh?
I don't think it's a lot of rocket science on how sex works.
Well, it wasn't working for her. It was very painful.
Well, that's different from not working and not having it because then you're all...
Yeah, so
it's not like you're like a coffee can. It's just...
Wow. No, it was a hard time, and the expectations for her, she didn't have a baby right away, so there were problems, and then the mother-in-law was there trying to watch him and be like, what are you doing? And then they were trying to tell him they needed to divorce her and find someone else. So he comes home, and she's actually like excited because she thinks she's actually pregnant, and he comes home and he's like, I want a divorce.
Now, this is a scripted show. This isn't a reality show.
No, this is a scripted drama. Okay. Based on this lady's real life. So This kind of really happened. So she runs off to go find her mom who's living in another country, and then they follow her, and then they do send like their mafia dude from their group. He's kind of like the outcast guy that does whatever he wants, but they use him to be like, okay, it's okay because he's already not following the rules, so we'll send him.
Yeah, so he can go do all that.
So he's the one that smokes and drinks and has a gun.
I love that. He smokes, drinks, and has a gun, which makes all those things part of the making you the bad guy, I guess.
Yeah, and this...
I drink from time to time. I own a gun. I don't smoke. So does that mean I'm still good?
But babe, in this Hasidic Jewish community...
But since I don't smoke, that means I'm okay.
Yeah, you're okay.
Okay, only the villains smoke.
It was really interesting. I'm always enthralled to learn about other cultures and religions and just find out what's going on. So this lady's story was very compelling. Her book is called Unorthodox, The Scandalous Rejection of My Hasidic Roots by Deborah Feldman. So I'm going to actually try and go find the book. It's on Netflix right now, so go check it out. I am going to read the book. I love to read.
Stack of it. We have a library room over here.
I listen to a lot of stuff in my car.
We have a library room that we have been building on this house, and it is packed with stuff.
Our lighting looks really good today.
It does. Y'all don't even know on Sunday.
The drama.
If you didn't notice, obviously we're in a different part. We're still in the same room because you can still see the videos over here.
And Freddie.
They go back over here. We rearranged the room to open the space up. We may get the bigger banner to cover the whole window or something. But anyway, so we're in a different little setup. So we're still trying to find the right angles and camera setups and stuff. And Sunday we were trying to do our show, man. The lighting wasn't working. And we did nothing to change it. It just suddenly worked. It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, we had no idea why it changed, and now it changed back. And you should have seen. I had a lamp out. I was trying to shine light
everywhere. Y'all can see the ghetto setup that we have on this show. Some days it is.
I was just trying.
I have a sneeze coming.
No corona. Babe, come on now.
Excuse me.
Come on.
Well, one of the things I want to talk about is the return of a show that I've been super excited for. I didn't think I would actually get to watch it because it was part of yet another streaming type service that I wasn't going to get. But we found out, and thanks to me, she's now obsessed with it. And I'm sure she's going to talk about shows from that.
I have shows.
There's a little streaming service thing called Quibi.
I like my
Quibi. But it's only for your cell phone, to my knowledge.
Yes.
I hate that. But it is what it is.
I think you could probably do it on an iPad.
It's only like $5 a month or something, which I don't know how that makes them any money for a network unless they're
Well, the shows are short shows.
Yeah, and every show is like 7 minutes or something like that. But anyway, the only reason I cared about it is because Reno 911 was coming back with an all-new season on Quibi, which means it was uncensored.
Yes.
Because originally it was on Cartoon Network, Comedy Central. They were censored from some of the language and things like this, but in this one, they got all the original cast back. Everybody was back, despite them all being in different shows now. You know, because the one lady's the mom on the Goldbergs.
Yeah.
The other guy was the guy that took care of the kid in the wheelchair on Speechless.
He's funny.
And then of course the rest of them have been doing different shows, all doing kind of different things. So, but they got everybody back, and it's only like 12 episodes. I've already watched them all. So now I don't care about Quibi anymore.
Oh, I do.
I'm sure there's other shows that I might like. I just haven't stopped to watch any of them yet. But the new season is awesome. It's like they dived right back into it like they never left, no matter how long. It's been years since that show's been on the air.
See, that's good. I think that's a sign of really good writing, though, too. If it can just, like, bring you back
and somehow, like, I was really concerned, like, Niecy Nash, who's on Claws.
Yes.
She's from that show. I was worried seeing them come back that it was going to be weird. Like back then I knew all these actors from that show, and now they're doing different shows that are completely different from that. You know, the Wendy McClendon, Covey, I think it is the last name, the mom on the Goldbergs is a completely different character, because in Reno 911 she's kind of the hoish, you know, but and then Niecy Nash, you know, being the kind of the cop things, and and it's really funny, but the show works so well. I hope they do more episodes because it's funnier than ever, and it's the kind of show that you don't have to see every episode, because they don't always, like, there's usually a little nubbling of story arc where, like, they're trying to save the precinct or something, but the majority of the time it's like watching Cops. That's what the show's like. So it's shot like that, so you get to watch them pull people over, and then stupid things happen, or they answering calls. But most excited about this season is Paul Walter Hauser showed up, who is the guy from that I love from Richard Jewell and
oh my gosh, you do love
him.
You love
he
him.
showed up as a new character that was in the show pretty often, and he was so funny. And so I was excited for the show to back. It was already awesome. He just elevated it to another level as a fun new character. So I loved it. It's on Quibi. You can get, I think, like what is it, like a month?
A 2 week.
Was it 2 weeks?
It's 2 weeks.
2 weeks or a month free trial they were doing, which is what we did. I was already finished with it before the trial was over. I felt like I was on trial. So I was actually going to cancel it. I forgot, and I got charged $5. And I was like, well, who's charging me $5? And I realized it was that.
Are you going to keep it?
I don't know. They wouldn't charge me now.
Yeah, but are you going to change it before they charge you again?
I don't know. I'm tired.
Babe, it's $5.
It's $5.
Well, I'm not going to be one of those, watching it.
I'm not going to be one of those people that bitch about $5.
Okay.
With the world things,
I would.
Things in the world going on, I'm not going to bitch about $5. But this one has dived head first into Quibi.
I am all...
She's in bed blubbering in her cell phone, and she's talking about it and complaining about it. So tell us about your Quibi
All right,
world.
I'm super into Quibi. So the first show I watched, which made me cry, I was ugly crying all night. It's called Thanks a Million, and it's basically celebrities giving back to people that were influences or mentors or just someone special in their life. And what they do is they go and give someone $100,000. Okay.
Why aren't they here? You watch Quibi.
And then, but the thing is, they tell the person, I'm giving you $100,000, but what you have to do is keep half and give the other 50 to someone that's been important in your life.
No, that's easy.
So they give someone $50,000. Then that person, they're like, okay, you keep 25 and you give the other 25 to someone else.
I got you. So what happens if they don't?
They have to.
Oh.
That's the agreement of the thing.
So basically you say, look, I'm going to give you $25,000. You're going to get 20. So you don't say I'm giving you 50.
At the very end, the last person that gets 25, that's the end of the line.
So it's just 3 times.
It's just 3 times.
Does nobody get 75?
No.
Okay, so it goes 100, 50, 25.
So it goes, you get 50, the next person gets 25, and the last person gets 25, essentially.
Didn't it start with 100?
It did get 100, but you keep half, and then you give half.
Okay, I got it.
And then the 50, you keep half and give half.
I got it.
So, it starts off with different people, and it's interesting how it goes. So,
does anybody bitch about not getting to keep part of it?
No, not at all. And there was even one lady who's like, oh, I'm not even going to keep all this. I'm going to make sure that other people get them.
Does it ever show any drama about who they're going to give it to and the people getting mad? Like, why did you give it to them and not to me?
No, not at all. Babe.
Oh, see, that's what the story. No, but I mean, that's what the interesting factor that kind of stuff to me would be was like.
You're trying to create drama. This is a feel-good show.
No, I don't mean in a bad way, but I'm saying like okay, so like if we had money, right? We don't because we keep buying shit. But if we had money, and I spent $5 on Quibi.
Yes, cancel it.
If we had money, and we said, okay, I want to get. I know my son needs assistance, but my daughter doesn't technically. But then you're like, okay, I'm gonna give money.
Well, it's none of her business.
No, I know that, and that's how she runs her life.
That's how we all run our lives.
But I'm just saying, that's what I find interesting. On one, how you figure out who you're gonna give what, and then also the dynamic of okay, if you have. I don't know. You have 2 friends. You want to give your best friend money.
But it's not about giving it to your friend. It's about giving it to someone that meant something in their lives.
So you don't give it to family or anything.
No.
Okay. So you weren't clear about that.
Yes, I did. Someone that was like a mentor or mentor.
Well, you just said somebody that is important.
So
that could be
some of
anybody.
them, like some of the celebrities, someone gave it to like a teacher.
I got you.
And somebody gave it to this lady that ran like a homeless shelter. And,
What if you worked? Here's what I would do. I would say, look, I'm going to give it to this person. And this person is going to say, you mean so much to me. I'm going to give you $25,000.
Wow, you're going to give it back.
And then we're going to get together and we're going to have a full $100,000.
No, there was a lot of interesting ones. Like at the very end, like once it got down to the very end, there was one lady who ended up with money. She gave it to her favorite server at her restaurant, at her favorite restaurant. And he's like, oh my gosh, I've been trying to save money to put my kid in college. And then there was one where the guy gave it to a teacher and the teacher gave it to the janitor at the school. Because he knew the janitor had been going to night school. So,
right.
So that's why I started just ugly crying about everything. And then also to just see the celebrities and who influenced them and matters to them. Because, it's like Jennifer Lopez and the Jonas Kid and the guy from The Last OG. And
Tracy Morgan?
Yeah. And what's her name from the other show? Do you have it over there?
What show?
The Good Place.
Kristen Bell?
Yeah, and just a variety of people, and they're giving it to like teachers or people that they knew way back when, or just someone like their biggest fan that's made a difference.
So is it celebrities giving money away?
It's celebrities giving money.
So somebody's giving $100,000 to the celebrity. They're starting it.
The celebrity starting it and giving $100,000.
I got confused by that when you started adding celebrities to the mix.
Okay. Celebrities start the chain, and then it just ends up at random
So they pick the first person.
They pick the first person.
In theory.
Yes.
According to what we're being told.
Yes.
Okay. But is this somebody they know then?
Yeah.
Okay. So like if somebody like this was my theater teacher and I wanted to give back to them.
Exactly.
I got you. Okay.
Exactly. So it's a really good show. You can watch the whole thing in like.
Did Kristen Bell give it to a theater person? Because she made a big deal with her Disney show about how important theater was.
I don't remember. Probably.
Right,
Who knows? Yeah. So watch it. It's called Thanks a Million. It's on Quibi.
All right.
Have more.
More on Quibi?
Yeah.
Do your Quibi thing.
Oh my gosh. The next show I watch on Quibi is hilarious and you've got to watch it. It is called Floored. Now, it is basically.
Oh my God. You keep talking about this. It sounds
dance,
so dumb.
It's a dance competition.
It doesn't even sound entertaining to me.
But these people are on this floor that moves like this all over the place while they're trying to dance.
Like in every carnival in the world?
Yes, they're basically on a moving floor, okay? But at the same time, like things get thrown at them, like things start flying in the air at them, or they'll get blasted with like cold air, and it kind of like messes.
So they
up
basically
the floor.
took Wipeout,
yes,
and American Ninja Warrior,
yes,
and all these kind of silly shows, and then made them dance in it.
Yes, it is hilarious, and you should watch it. Some of these people get knocked down on their booty.
Do they get up again?
Some of them do.
So they're never going to keep them down?
Yes, some of them fall off the floor. Some of them, they just...
How do you fall off the floor?
Oh, it's suspended in the air.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot.
Hey, I'm sorry. I've fallen in my living room, and I've never fallen off the floor.
It's suspended in the air, and it moves all around while they're trying to dance like this.
I got you. How?
And so there's this one that's
Does anybody start doing the robot while they're being thicker than the toilet?
No, but there was one where the floor went down, and they went down, and then they just did this, and they started sliding down the floor.
Oh, they like posed as they were sliding down?
And then they got back up. The most annoying part of the show is the announcer. I don't like her, and I don't like her voice.
Who is it?
I don't even know her name.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but she's like, no, and I'm just like, okay. I can ignore that part.
The show sounds annoying to me.
It is so fun. So you should watch it. It's called Floored. My new show that I am in love with right now on Quibi.
What is the show that made you cry?
Thanks a Million.
That's the show you've been blubbering about?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Baby, it is so much.
I thought it was some kind of like scripted, like heartfelt
It
drama.
is heartfelt. It is drama.
Of like people dying or some being your heart's ripped out, and now you find out you watch some reality show.
Because they're just giving to people, babe. They're giving back.
All right.
Anyways, the new show I'm watching on Quibi, so exciting. Murder House Flip. It's these designers, they go into houses where murders have happened, and then they have to like flip it and change it and, you know, try to get the bad mojo out. And there was one house where there were like 7 bodies buried all over the place. And so they had to try to like change the whole landscape and like, let's try to not have the memory of dead bodies everywhere. So
that's the house I'd want to buy.
It's creepy. Well, they're supposed to disclose if murders have happened in your home.
Yes.
So it's interesting. You should watch
like
it.
Like the house we lived in that one time, they had that old lady had died in the house.
She died, but she wasn't murdered.
We don't know. They didn't tell us how. They just said she had died in the home.
I know. She was an older woman that died. I think she was probably on hospice or something. Our house was never really haunted, though. Nothing weird. Did anything weird happen in that house?
Yeah, I can't get you to do dishes. That's weird.
I feel like there's something in this house because the cat always goes up to the stairs and just looks up.
I think the cat can see crap that I have up there.
Do you think so?
Yeah, because there's so many.
It's not as fun as thinking there's something there.
I mean, you can, but I have an insane Star Wars collection.
I think maybe he sees the fan rotating.
That's very well possible because you can see it from there.
Maybe.
But there's also life-size Yodas and Jar Jars, and
I don't know.
I don't think you can see those from the steps. But
well, he goes over there, and sometimes I'll just walk by and I'll stop and he'll like look up and just stay there.
That, or maybe he hears the fan and he's like,
"Who knows?"
That's far.
Anyways. That's my Quibi. I love Quibi. I will gladly pay $5 because there are so many other shows to watch. Can't even imagine.
Well, I'm going to move on with another show because I'm tired of hearing about Quibi.
Okay.
I haven't finished the new season yet, but the on Netflix, the all new season of Afterlife has started with Ricky Gervais, which is such a great show. If you've never heard of it, it's funny, but it's more of a drama. It is comical, and he's got his normal dry humor.
Yeah.
But the story is about a guy whose wife dies of cancer.
Eesh.
And he's just decided he doesn't care anymore. And so he's just a dick to everyone because of it. And all he does in his life is go to work, and he's some kind of like reporter, if I remember, a journalist kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he's annoyed by every story he has to do. He has a postman, mail carrier, whatever you want to call over there. That comes over who's just super annoying and like always wants to come in and use his bathroom,
of course,
or have a beer.
Of course.
Like he found one day he comes over and he goes, "You mind if I use your loo?" You know, and he's in there and he's like, "I gotta go." He goes, "Hello," and he goes upstairs and the woman's taking a bath. And he goes, "What are you doing, man?" You know,
that's weird.
But and his like best friend's a prostitute. But if I remember correctly from the first season, it was somebody he hired, but then he couldn't have sex with her because he felt guilty because of his wife had passed.
Oh,
so they just talked and they became friends.
Huh.
And so now he's always trying to fix her up with somebody. But he's kind of, he got a dog. And so now he's kind of found himself. His dad's in the nursing home. He goes visit him all the time. And he likes one of the caregivers. So it's his ongoing journey of this guy trying to find himself. He has a lady that when he goes and visits his wife at the cemetery, there's an old lady that's always there visiting her husband. And so they always sit and talk. So it's funny, but it's heavy.
Yeah, I like shows like that.
Yeah, and I think it's one of the best Ricky Gervais things he's done.
Really?
He writes and believes and directs almost all of them.
I liked him in that other thing that was so funny that we used to watch.
Which one? Extras? That was really good.
That was hilarious.
And he did another show that you never watched, where he played the special needs guy. Oh my God, the show is so good. I think he did like 2 or 3 seasons. Derek is so good. You really should start watching it.
Okay.
I'll rewatch it with you if you want to watch it. But Derek he plays like this special needs guy that works at an old folks home.
Aww.
And so it's just about him going through life, and he's so good in that show. But Afterlife, I think, shows a different kind of him, because you get the normal Ricky Gervais, dry humor, snarky kind of asshole mentality, but there's still the laughs in it. It's not slapstick. A lot of it's real life laughter or confused stuff. Like the stuff with the postman. It's so ridiculous. You're like, what? And you can't help but laugh at it. And there's a coworker who's kind of a dunderhead, and there's a new girl who's works at the paper, and they keep giving her the crap stuff. And then there's always the inappropriate people and that kind of stuff. But Afterlife,
that's normal.
The second season is on Netflix right now, so you should check it out.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
If you haven't watched her season, it's on there too.
Okay. My next show that I finished finally is on Apple TV. It's called Dickinson, and it's about the life and
watching
times
today?
of Emily Dickinson. No, I wasn't watching anything today.
You were watching something today. Or maybe that was yesterday.
Maybe I was. It was yesterday, probably. I finished the entire thing. One. Yeah, with Haley Steinfeld.
It was with Jerry Seinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld. I finished the whole thing, I think, yesterday.
Oh, okay. I remember you watching it.
Random side note, it also has Wiz Khalifa, which is interesting.
Wiz Khalifa's in that?
Yeah. He's in throughout the entire series, but he's in maybe 4 or 5 episodes. He plays Death.
Does he even fit? Oh, he plays Death. Okay, that makes more sense to fit into that story.
Here's the thing. The interesting thing, what I like about this show is it's period piece,
right?
But with modern language and music. So
which is something that normally could annoy people.
Yeah, but I actually liked it, and it works out really well. So they go into just her life and how she wanted to be a poet, but you couldn't be a writer because you were a woman. And just so all of the things, and it hits kind of the highlights of her life about, who her people she was involved with, but it's interesting. It also has the lady that I like, Jane Krakowski, the lady with the little button nose. Love her. She plays her mom. And later in the series, we get Robert Picardo, who I also like too. So there's a lot of good people.
From Voyager?
Yes. So we get a lot of really good people in this show. It's interesting. It's only 20 episodes so far. That's the only season there's been. I don't know if there's plans to do more. Don't know any of that. But I really liked it, and it's really good.
Can I just say, I love Robert Picardo.
Mm-hmm.
And part of my love for him is not necessarily his hologram doctor from Voyager, which I did love.
Yeah.
Not his awesome turn in The Howling. But he has such a great voice. The way he talks and delivers. I've always just loved the way he talks. I don't know what it is about it, but it was just a side note. I just love it.
No, it's interesting because in this one he plays like an attorney or legal counsel in the olden days for the Whig Party. So it's kind of that same speech pattern. So yeah, you would like it. Anyway, so check it out. It's Dickinson on Apple TV. That's all I had on my list.
She got a lot written down for 3 shows.
Well, because I wanted to make sure I mentioned who was in the show.
All right, so I just literally last night finished a show. It is an old show. Not old, but old enough. I don't know why. I love the cast of the show. I don't know why I didn't watch it when it was on, but I didn't. But they sent me a copy of it for review. I've already posted my review on it. But I just finished all 7 seasons of 30 Rock.
That is a lot.
It is. It's 30 Rock. Mill Creek Entertainment puts a set out. Again, it's another one of these sets that I don't like. I don't like the way it's packaged because it's this kind of thing.
Let me see.
It's this where you have.
Oh, it's not even really good cases.
No, but
covers.
In their defense, Mill Creek Entertainment is a distribution company that basically repurposes stuff that's already been released at more affordable prices.
Oh, okay. Well, we love you. Thank you.
Yeah, so they put out, like, all the Ultraman stuff is from them.
So that's why it's packaged this way.
Yeah, so like the Ultraman stuff is a little fancier packaging because that's some of that's first time.
But who would know these little plastic cases cost more? But that's true.
Yeah. Duh. So like I'm sure when these were released initially, from NBC when the show had aired. I'm sure you know they did all the different seasons. They probably had split cases. They're putting money behind it. This one is giving you a nice, affordable package. It's all 7 seasons in this nice little thin case.
Oh, and it has Jane Krakowski again.
Jane Krakowski.
With the little button.
What else is she in?
She's in this. What I was just saying, Dickinson.
Oh, I didn't hear you say her
mom.
Oh, okay. Which is funny.
I like her cute little nose.
Which is really funny that she plays her mom in that show, because in this show she plays this super over-the-top, stereotypical actress who is all about her and her being beautiful and not being cast as anything other than the young lady, even though she's aging.
She plays mom in this.
Like there's even a moment. There's a moment where she goes and she because the thing with this show and I'm always impressed with it. I knew it had a lot of guest stars. I didn't realize the level of how many guest stars. And it fully captures NBC, because the whole show, I don't know if you know this or even what it's about.
I've never watched
30 Rock is based on 30 Rockefeller Plaza, was in NBC. The show takes place in NBC. That's
where the morning show is.
Yeah, they're in NBC.
Oh, okay.
And it's about a TV show and a TV station. And Tina Fey, who wrote and created the show,
he's funny, man.
He's the star of the show as well. It's based on her time as a writer on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, okay.
And Lorne Michaels is one of the executive producers for the show.
That makes sense.
She didn't want to play the role, but they didn't think anybody else could do it justice, so she does it. So it's got the group of the writers, your main characters. You've got Tracy Morgan, who's like the washed-up actor, comedian that they bring into the show.
He's
hilarious. And he's super dumb. Because he's not just like stupid literally. Well, he is a little bit, but his brain is in a different planet. He just says weird shit because everybody does everything for him and takes care of him, so he doesn't understand anything in the world. I always say her name wrong. Jane Krakowski is the actress I just mentioned. Tina Fey is the head writer of the show. Alec Baldwin is the one that's brought in, and he's the head of the network. He's like the president or whatever of the network. And I always forget this other guy's name, Jack McBrayer, who is probably my favorite character in this whole show.
Is this the guy with the cute teeth, the big teeth? Yeah. That's the big teeth guy.
He is.
I like him.
He's not the guy you were talking about the other day.
But he's funny.
He plays a page at the network.
Okay.
So, run around and do things, give tours, that kind of stuff. But he's a Southern, like super religious Southern.
So he's the guy he is in Get Him to the Greek or Marshall.
He's very closed off. He doesn't understand things. But he's also, you could tell that he's been in like a very jacked up town, because he'll say something like, he'll say a cuss word or make a pun that says one thing, and then he repeats what it actually is, and it's something completely opposite, but he just said like a gay reference. So it's basically just all their life and all this stuff. But I mean, it has Jerry Seinfeld's on there. Steve Buscemi plays a reoccurring character of a private detective that gets hired, and he's always like, he always does like he thinks he's a master of disguise. So he'll dress up like a woman, but it's just Steve Buscemi in a wig.
Wow.
So it doesn't change. But you could tell the show was nominated for all kinds of crap. Like there's an episode later in the season, I think it might have been the final season, where we're starting to wrap it up, and Krakowski's trying to get into other work. The show's possibly getting taken off the air, and she gets hired. She shows up, and this guy's like, he's a director that kind of periodically shows up.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm so glad you came to do this part. And she goes, oh, good. I can't wait. What's my lines? Where am I going? He's like, okay, you're going to play the dead body. And she's like, wait, what? And so then all of a sudden it's Ice-T and Richard Belzer, I think it is, from with one of the law shows. Whichever one Ice-T's on. Is it Law and Order?
Yeah, SV. One of the many ones.
It's not SV, but it's Law and Order.
Law and Order something.
But it's Richard Belzer and Ice-T show up, and they're shooting an episode of that show.
That's so funny.
And then she starts trying to talk because she wants to become a recurring character, and they're like, who is this woman? So it's that ongoing thing, but it's also massively ridiculous. It's dumb, it's silly, it's fun. It was such a great show. It took me a few episodes to get into it, but once I got into it, I loved it. So you can actually get it now.
Yeah, it is. It's Law and Order SVU.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's the one Richard Belzer was on.
I don't know, but that's what Ice-T.
Because I think Ice-T showed up on one and then went to the other one.
Coco.
But anyway, but 30 Rock, the complete series, it does include bonus features, a gag reel, deleted scene, commentaries, bloopers, all kinds of stuff. And It's a great show. If you've never seen it, you should pick it up. What else you got, sister?
I want to talk about my other show that came out. Okay, the other thing that has come out, the complete series, The Good Place.
From?
Shout Factory. Whoop! Is that right?
Yeah.
Good. I'm so excited. Okay, so this was originally on NBC as well, I believe. It doesn't matter now.
Was it NBC? I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Anyways, I hope you guys watched The Good Place. So The Good Place basically is the story of these people here.
I haven't finished it.
Who wake up and find out first that they've died, but second that they're in the good place. However, they all realize they're not supposed to be in the good place.
Or are they?
And so basically it's a story of them keeping secrets from each other, trying to hide it, but then the story grows and evolves throughout the seasons. And it is such a fun show. Sometimes it's heavy and makes you sad and cry, or it did to me, I cried. But then sometimes it's so funny and ridiculous. And I was concerned that I was going to be so annoyed with the stupidity of some of the characters, but I didn't get annoyed.
And you know what? This show, even though it's got more like the supernatural elements to some things of it, is very similar in this tone to this show.
Oh, okay.
Even though it's more, this one's more real world based, the goofiness is kind of the same.
Well, and I think it has some of the same people, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
None of those people are in that show.
No, I was saying these.
Oh. No,
okay. Anyways, it's a really good show. You should watch it.
I was really, like, I think I've seen all the seasons except for the final season, I believe. But my concern with this show was after the first, because I loved the first season. I didn't stop watching the show because I didn't like it. We were moving at the time and different things happened. I just never went back to finish it. And you only finished it because it finally hit Hulu or whatever, or you watched this one or whatever.
Caught up real
you
fast.
got caught up. And you needed to review this, so it worked out. But I was concerned that how is this going to go past one season? Because the first season,
it kind of drops the bomb on you.
Yeah, and I felt the second season was a little rough trying to find its way. It was still good, and then it seemed to find its rhythm in the different directions. But I found the first season like insanely cleverly written. The way they used dialogue, like the cuss words and
what the pork.
And how it made it where they couldn't do certain things, and because
you're in the
this
good
place
place
that it doesn't allow.
There is no curse words in the good place.
Which makes me concerned for my life later. Because,
anyways, it's funny and it does evolve, and you learn more and you learn more with each season until you get to the end. Now, once we got to the end, I was concerned on how it was going to wrap up because by that point things are revealed, and there's no way to get out of that.
Was it all revealed?
So at that point, there's no way to backtrack and to start again and figure it out or start to begin. I mean, there's nothing you can do. So it's like, how are they going to wrap it up? But it does have a decent ending. I cried all over the place in the last few episodes. It's sad to me. Yeah. But in a way, I mean, I guess it's never over because people will remember you.
It's never really over.
It's never really over.
They're never really gone.
No one's ever really gone because they'll remember you. And or someone will try to bring them back to the ancient burial ground, and it'll go horribly bad.
That's right.
So
come on up.
I think things we've learned in life, you don't bring people back from the dead. And what was the other one I told you?
We didn't learn it apparently because now I don't remember.
You don't bring people back from the dead. And this was the other day when
we were just watching something else.
Well, that we always know. You never bring people back because they do not come back right ever. And there was a second thing.
It was all from the same movie.
It was. Well, we didn't learn our lesson.
You don't time travel.
Don't ever time travel.
It was
Butterfly.
Here's what's funny. The two lessons we learned, do you remember what they were from? What movie?
Something dumb, I'm sure.
It was Justice League Dark, the animated film.
Yes.
Which if you haven't seen, Justice League Dark, Apocalypse War, check it out. It's awesome.
I did don't time travel. Butterfly effect is real. It will change everything. I think it's in that one because it had a flashpoint thing.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
All right. So, I don't have a lot of news, only because I just haven't had the time to go through a bunch of stuff. Sadly, the Purge TV series has been purged, and it's canceled.
I am so upset.
So we're only getting 2 seasons. We are getting one more Purge movie, though.
Oh, good.
So I think it's Purge 5. And I think it's the last movie they've announced. So at least can wrap that part of the story of doing something else. But who knows? If it ends up being a super success, they'll end up making another.
I really like that season 2 of The Purge.
Season 1 was a little rough. I don't think you ever finished it.
Yeah,
season 2 is really good.
Yeah, it was good. And I liked that main lady and the guy. They were so good.
Yeah.
It was really good, and it was smart, and it was well written, and it ended
Well, my favorite
up,
part is such a small thing, and I remember showing it to you before you even watched season 2.
Yeah.
Was the opening where they're showing like some kind of acting thing.
Yes.
And it ends up they're auditioning the lady to do the speech on the intercom of the Purge.
So
and she was like, "What? Why am I seeing this? I haven't seen it." I remember it was a whole argument.
She's like, "Okay, so what is my motivation?"
And she's like,
I'm like,
"I haven't seen season 1." I said, "Just watch it. Be quiet. Just watch it. I'm telling you."
It is so good.
And then as soon as she started reading it, she goes,
I am all into the Purge. I still in my head think it could work somehow. Somehow the Purge could work.
I don't think it can.
Well, I think Mother Earth is purging us as we speak.
Right. Also, there have been some shows that have been picked up. The Neighborhood, which you love, I believe, got picked up.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Welcome to the hood. Sorry. Love that show.
Prodigal Son, I believe, got picked up.
So good. You guys have got to watch that.
One of the big news, there's been shakeups, is a lot of the shows, or pretty much every show, has ended early because of production shutting down. So a lot of shows aren't getting to finish their seasons.
Well, and I was trying to check on Supernatural to see where did it leave off.
Well, it ended and it didn't finish.
Nah.
But they have announced that they are going to finish it and still get to do what they're planning. They don't know when it's going to air yet. Most shows are not coming back until 2021.
It's weird right now.
Usually we get the summer break, and then about September shows start coming back.
Well, and then I'm wondering right now, I'm curious, like the new shows that are coming back. Like yesterday, Titan Game started. Tonight,
a lot
World
of that stuff
Dance
was either
started.
a lot of that.
So was it
Titan
recorded?
Games is actually come back early because they had already shot most everything.
Okay.
But I saw a thing with The Rock talking about it. But because all sports had been shut down, they thought, what's a good time to go ahead and air it, because now there's some kind of a sporting type event to entertain people.
And like World of Dance starts tonight. That's Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, a lot of those shows are either adapting with the at-home style productions, or they're shutting down altogether.
Maybe it was recorded months ago,
or they've been recorded. So a lot of the TV shows,
like The Voice is all virtual.
See, like I was just kind of getting caught up with The Flash. And this last episode was to be continued.
Okay, I've completed my standing goal right now, and I've been sitting down for the past 2 or 3 hours.
I know. Don't get me started on that.
Here, let me just
the
run
Flash
around.
just ended. I think it was episode 19, which means it's about 3 to 4 episodes shy of a full season. And it said to be continued, but now it's not going to come back until next season. And that's caused issues with a lot of different shows and stuff, because like Superstore is another one where they're coming back for the next season. But there were characters that were going to have their arcs in this season, or shows that were going to end.
What's her name? The main girl, America, was not.
She's leaving.
She was going to go.
But now she's going to have to come back and finish the show so they can still get the cap that they were wanting to do. Supernatural was supposed to be wrapping up its series. Now it's got to wait and come back and shoot something. So most shows, if not all, are not coming back until 2021. But stuff like most of the CW shows were all renewed, right? Batwoman. Flash and all those shows, but Ruby Rose has left Batwoman, so now they got to recast Batwoman for season 2.
Oh my gosh, and that's bizarre. How can your lead not come back?
Well, okay, so there's been a little bit of stuff.
There's
some different things come back. There's been shows where they've replaced people before, like Darren's and Bewitched, and the show still was a success.
Yeah, that's true.
Things like that. It could be done.
Well, she just had to do and he was gone. New Darren.
But that's not what they did. They just brought in a new Darren, and you just pretended and it never changed. It can be done. It's a little off-putting, but from the story that I read, and there's been a couple of things that apparently it was more of a load of being a lead on a full series than she really anticipated.
Maybe. I mean, it is.
It wasn't fully happy doing it, because up until this point, while she was a regular on one or two of the seasons of Orange is the New Black when it was on, she wasn't a main character. She came in late. She was kind of supporting player. And then everything else she's been in were just movies. And it was like, were big movies with John Wick and things like this. Yeah. But they were, you know what you're walking into when you shoot a film. And then you're finished with that film. So a TV series, and you're the lead. You're in every scene. You're in every day. And from what I read, there was a lot of stuff where she wasn't happy with doing the job. Mm-hmm. And in turn, made other people unhappy.
Yeah,
and I'm assuming that means she was probably unpleasant to work with, and I don't think it would come out as, because nobody's badmouthed her. Nobody said that she was a problem, and that doesn't mean she wasn't. But it was said it was kind of a mutual, hey, we need to move on.
Yeah. That's probably best.
Even some of the co-stars have come out. I haven't read them all, so I could be wrong, but I haven't seen any of them talk about, oh, we hate to see her go, we miss her. It's more about, don't you worry, we're stressed about this too, but we're going to still make a great show, because who knows if they had conflicts too. But if you're not happy there, your lead is not happy, the show's not going to work, and eventually everybody loses their job.
Yeah.
So one thing I am excited about, I don't think it's going to give the show new life. I don't think it would hold up the same way. But the DC Universe series Swamp Thing, that basically got canceled before its first episode aired, which was a travesty because that show is so good, got picked up, not really picked up, but it got picked up to air that same season on CW.
Oh, cool.
As a new series.
CW.
So a lot of people are kind of crossing their fingers like maybe this will be like Supergirl when it got canceled on the one network.
Yeah, and it got picked up.
It became a CW.
And then it became a big.
I just don't know, because that show was a rated R show, and it was bloody and violent, and I don't know how well it would work, even though it could work because he's part of the whole Constantine thing, and
yeah, it's possible.
It could work really well in the network. I don't know if we get the same quality, but I'm all for them trying, because the show was great, and I think it deserves another shot.
That show.
It is. It's so good. It's dark. It's bloody. It's awesome.
All right, then.
I don't remember what else I was going to say. That might be it for now.
All right. I'm just checking out shows because, I care about TV.
Yeah. Anywho,
I
guess it'll be it for now. But we're sorry it's been so long since we've done a show. Hopefully we'll get back on track. I still missed Martial Art Movie Monday yesterday. We've just been busy. It's just everybody's life is turned upside down and twisting around and jump down, turn around. But we're trying to get back on track. You would think, since working at home and whatnot, we'd be able to do it. But it's made things crazier.
It is crazy.
What are you looking for, sister?
I'm just looking to see what this show is.
Oh. So anywho, so we'll be back, I guess, hopefully next week for another show and be better prepared.
Yep.
So what
I was prepared.
You were prepared this time. What you got, sister?
Thank you so much for watching TV Tuesday. Make sure you check out our website, HollywoodMatrimony.com. Thank you for watching us right now exclusively on El YouTube, as my dad would say. You can also find us on El Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Does your dad now do the plugs for the show?
Yes, my dad does. No, because at church we live stream or whatever, or record and stream or play on YouTube and Facebook. So he calls it El Facebook y El YouTube.
That's what he says in the congregation.
Yes.
In case you didn't realize that her church is all Spanish.
Oh, we're in Espanol. That's why. Not just he's not special.
So you make it sound like your dad might have an issue.
Sorry.
He had a stroke.
Well, English was not his first language, so a lot of his things are funny. He's like, be safety.
I know.
Or wear your belt seat.
And thankfully, because of him talking like that, she talks to me that way now.
I'm like, I'll tell him, I'll be like, I made it safety. That's not even a word. But
speaking of made it safety, here comes that fool.
All right, we got to go. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys.
Don't forget, we'll be back for another episode of Hollywood Matrimony Live this Sunday, and then hopefully we'll be at these other shows. But I'm not going to promote them until we're actually here, because then I'll just be a liar. All right, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you all. Peace and love. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.